YouTube. Ryan Thomas here of the Top Stake Sports Podcast with some positive news for yours truly, as well as the rest of Red Buffalo is the rooting interest football, for hockey, but for yours truly in the sport of baseball, the Boston Red Sox are my baseball team that I have consistently rooted for throughout my entire life. And we got some good news as Red Sox fans today. And that news is the title. The Boston Red Sox have extended third baseman Rafael Devers for 11 years. The extension will begin in 2024, and the extension will keep him a member signed to the Boston Red Sox to the age of 37. So the wish of Red Sox Nation was granted. For some reason, throughout this season, Chaim Bloom has not listened too much to Red Sox Nation, but he did listen this time around. The Red Sox extending Rafael Devers. Very happy to hear this news. Devers means a lot to me as a fan, not just as a Red Sox fan, but as a baseball fan, wanting him to stay put. He's one of the best left-handed batters in the majors, and frankly, this gives the Boston Red Sox a superstar to build around, much like the majority of the teams in the league have that quote-unquote superstar to build around, Devers being that guy. The deal is 11 years, $331 million. So we know for this season, the Boston Red Sox and Rafael Devers agreed to a one-year, $17.5 million contract, avoiding arbitration. That is the amount that Rafael Devers will make for 2023. And then in 2024, the extension kicks in. The $331 million extension for 11 years kicks in. So Devers will be at $30 million per year for 11 years. And let me tell you, this offseason for the Boston Red Sox has been one that I've been very critical of. Chaim Bloom, John Warner, all the people that Tom Warner, whatever the owner conglomerate, their name, but Chaim Bloom specifically, the president of the Boston Red Sox, I've been very critical of what he has done this offseason, because I think there could have been a lot of moves made that weren't made. And I'm not talking about Xander Bogaerts. As much as I love Xander, let's just say the Boston Red Sox agreed to an 11-year, $331 million deal with Xander Bogaerts. Xander would be signed to the Red Sox until he was 41. So the fact that the Red Sox said, okay, we're not going to give this guy 11 years. We were never in discussion to give this man 11 years. That is completely out of the ballpark, pun intended. The Padres swoop in. They pay Xander an 11-year deal worth up to $280, something like that. That wasn't going to happen from the Red Sox. Just wasn't. We were talking about a 5, 6, 7-year deal. But I'm not even so much mad or frustrated as a Red Sox fan in regards to Xander Bogaerts. I was hoping, and I'm very happy, my number one priority this offseason was to extend Devers, and they just did it, so I'm very happy about that. But I also wanted Michael Wacha to return. I also wanted Nate Eovaldi to return. I wanted those guys to remain members of the Boston Red Sox, and yet Nate Eovaldi signed a deal with the Texas Rangers, being the number 2 starter to Jacob deGrom as the number 1 starter of the Texas Rangers within that rotation. So I was a little bit frustrated over that. I thought, Nate Eovaldi would return. They gave him a qualifying offer, which means that basically the Red Sox give him a qualifying offer. They then say, if you go to another team, that team has to give us something. Well, the Rangers were just willing to do that. They just didn't care, and the compensation that, is given from the Rangers to the Red Sox, qualifying offer, second, third round pick, whatever it may be, the Rangers were just like, you know what, screw it. We'll just do it. I definitely understand where the Rangers are coming from in that instance, where you have to have, the moxie that they have in the Texas Rangers organization now to really go for it. You got Bruce Bochy out of retirement, and he wants to really make a run at it once again to try to compete for another World Series. So I definitely understand, why the Rangers made the move to keep Eovaldi. I just wish the Red Sox would have as well. I just wish the Red Sox would have been a little bit more aggressive in keeping Eovaldi. But now that Devers is extended, this offseason looks a lot better. That one move does change quite a lot in terms of knowing that a superstar player that you groomed, that you groomed through your farm system, that you groomed into a superstar, will be here for a very long time. And I know that he is very, very close with Alex Cora. And the one down year, if you want to call it that, the one down year that Rafael Devers had in his career so far, and he's 25 years old, the one down year, 24, pardon me, the one down year that he had was when Cora was not their manager and Ron Reineke was their manager during the COVID-shortened season in which Alex Cora was, I believe that was the season that Alex Cora was suspended for the Astros scandal. So, for his role within that scandal, and rightfully so, he should have been suspended. I don't, debate that. So, Rafael Devers extended. Justin Turner is a signing that I like for the city of Boston. I feel like he'll fit in really well. He's a clubhouse guy. He's a guy that likes to rally the young guys around him. He can get the young guys playing at a high level. They're going to have a young team. So I like that move, even though Turner is 38. I don't know how much legitimate fielding baseball he has left, but I do know that he's still good with the stick. He's still good with the bat. So I'm expecting him to play somewhat of a backup third baseman role to Rafael Devers, as well as a DH role in another absence of a player that I wanted to stay in Boston, and that was JD Martinez. But frankly, when we go back to the 2022 MLB trade deadline, I thought that JD Martinez was a goner. I thought that JD Martinez was going to get moved, and he didn't get moved. Christian Vasquez got moved, and Christian Vasquez was one of those guys this offseason that I thought the Red Sox would actually be able to bring back to reacquire via free agency, and there was talks of that, but ultimately Christian Vasquez went with a guy by the name of the Minnesota Twins. We'll just say that. So I'm pretty excited for this news as a Red Sox fan, but there is plenty of work to be done. Corey Kluber is another arm that they added to the rotation. He is a veteran righty, former two-time Cy Young Award winner. For what that's worth these days, I don't know, but it's definitely something. 1-year deal with an option for a second year in 2024. And I feel like the Masahiro Yoshida signing is really one that will tell the tale of this offseason. Rafael Devers getting extended, that's what you want. That's what you expect from Chaim Bloom and the powers that be of the Boston Red Sox. But Masahiro Yoshida, you did not expect him to go as quickly as he did as soon as he quote-unquote posted as a Major League Baseball free agent. The Boston Red Sox just swooped in and paid him a deal that was worth $90 million. No team was offering Yoshida that much money, and most insiders were shocked that the Boston Red Sox paid Yoshida that much money when, in fact, he wasn't going to command that much. If the Red Sox would have just waited, it's almost like the Red Sox overshot their bet, and they didn't need to bet that much money. They could have got him for cheaper, but maybe they just want him that bad. That's another side of the coin that you could take on an approach of overbidding and being over-aggressive for a player of his magnitude that has really tore up the Japanese Baseball League and obviously was more than ready to be part of the Major League Baseball team, the Boston Red Sox, of course. So, all in all, I'm really happy that this deal got done. I'm feeling the same way I'm sure that most Yankee fans felt when Aaron Judge was re-signed and extended. Most fans felt like, wow, this is great. We got our franchise guy, we got our club player and everything like that. And I completely understand that. I agree with it. I just feel that this should have happened a lot sooner. If anything, if I were to throw a little caveat to the whole thing, I'd say that This should have happened sooner, but hey, better late than never. Rafael Devers extended for 11 years. 11 years for number 11. How about them apples? Take care, everybody. That was the Thomas Take Sports Podcast. The Boston Red Sox extending Rafael Devers, the third baseman, for 11 years.